Mr. Thomas Bauer, this is Richard Morris from the Ravenport Times. Yes, I am well aware of who you are, and I would appreciate it if you would go away. The reporter disregarded the remark and pressed on. You have recently been accused of dumping hazardous materials into the bay. Any comment? If you continue to hassle me, you'll find something else in the bay, or rather, someone. The reporter looked shocked and ceased the questioning. Thomas pushed past him and crossed the road in front of his office. It was late, and he just wanted to get home. The street was slick. It had been raining for weeks now. Luckily, the weather had spared him. Thomas passed by an apartment building and saw police tape. He muttered to himself, "Must have been where they found that child murderer." Thomas turned to see a black cab turn onto the street. It was obviously a very old cab, he thought. "It fits right in around here," he chuckled to himself. He raised his hand to flag down the taxi. There was a fog rolling into town, and he would rather be off the street. The taxi pulled up alongside him, and he entered. "Take me to Charter Road." The driver raised his hand and shook his head in acknowledgement. Thomas did not see his face, nor did he care to. Thomas was the owner of the largest dump in Ravenport, and he hadn't been getting good publicity lately. So what if I dump in the bay, he thought to himself. Who really uses it? As they passed through the downtown area, he spots a homeless man outside the public library. Disgusting, he mutters to himself. Just then he notices that his street was just passed. "Excuse me, sir. You have just passed my street," said Thomas, more than a little frustrated. The driver did not respond, nor did he make any attempt to stop. "Is this a joke? Do you know who I am?" As he said this, the driver turned around to face him. Thomas recoiled in horror. His mouth was stitched into a demonic smile, and his eyes were stitched closed as well. As he stared into the man's eyes, he put a single thin finger to his own tortured lips, shushing him. Thomas looked past him through the windshield to see the bay approaching rapidly. "You've got to stop the car," he bellowed. They were almost upon the bay now. Thomas tried the doors, but they would not budge. He looked up, just in time to see the car taking flight over the water, and the driver fade before his very eyes. Upon hitting the water, Thomas hit his head on the window and felt the cold embrace of the bay as he sunk to the depths. 2 weeks later, a local boy finds a waterlogged body on the beach, surrounded by mounds of trash.